What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Worldwide Guide. Italy is one of those rare countries where every region feels like its own world, each with distinct culture, food, history, and scenery. In this video, I'm highlighting my top 10 places to visit across Italy. From mountain lakes in the north to ancient coastal towns in the south. Whether you're planning your first trip or your fifth, this list includes iconic cities, lesser-known gems, and natural wonders that are all worth visiting. Let's get into it. Tucked along Italy's rugged Ligurian coast, Cinque Terre, which translates to five lands in English, is a collection of 5 colorful villages. Originally settled in the early Middle Ages, these villages were built into steep cliffs to protect against pirate attacks. Over the centuries, locals carved terraced vineyards into the hillsides, creating a dramatic landscape that's both functional and breathtaking. Monterosso al Mare is known for its sandy beaches and resort-like atmosphere, and is the best spot in Cinque Terre for you to go swimming and sunbathing. Vernazza is famous for its picturesque harbor and colorful waterfront, and is often considered the most photogenic of the 5 villages. So if you're into photography, Vernazza is your dream. Corniglia is the only village without direct sea access, and is known as the quietest of the 5 towns, which is perfect if you're looking for a more laid-back, authentic experience. Rio Maggiore is known for its dramatic cliffside layout and is the starting point of the most romantic walk in the world, called the Via dell'Amore walking path. You start this 1-kilometer walk in Rio Maggiore, and it takes you up the coastline to Manarola, the last of the 5 towns, which is renowned for its romantic setting and iconic pastel houses. Manarola is also a favorite for sunset views, so if you time it right, you can walk the most romantic path in the world and snap an incredible sunset all in one go. Cinque Terre is famous not just for its scenery, but also for its car-free charm. Instead of roads, visitors explore by train, footpaths, or boat. All in all, Cinque Terre offers a unique mix of natural beauty, history, and culture that you won't find anywhere else in Italy. Heading north, the next place on my list are the Dolomites, which are a dramatic mountain range in the Italian Alps, and just like Cinque Terre, are a UNESCO-listed site. Here, you can experience sharp limestone peaks, alpine meadows, and a unique pink glow that appears during sunrise and sunset, known as the Inrosadira effect. One spot you have to check out in the Dolomites is Lago di Braies. Its emerald green waters and mountain backdrop have made it one of Italy's most photographed lakes. And when you're there, you can rent a wooden rowboat or hike around the lake for incredible views. The Dolomites are also great to visit any time of the year. In the summer, you can hike, bike, or try Via Ferrata, which is a protected climbing route that uses steel cables and ladders fixed to the rock for safety. And during winter, there are plenty of ski resorts for you to check out to shred some powder. With their dramatic peaks and fairy tale lakes, the Dolomites are a totally different side of Italy. Next, we're trading alpine air for coastal roads down south. Next up, we're going south to the Amalfi Coast, where colorful houses spill down steep cliffs. This 50-kilometer stretch of coastline along the Tyrrhenian Sea has been a favorite since ancient Roman times, when emperors vacationed here to escape the summer heat. As you drive the winding roads, each curve reveals a new incredible view, with turquoise water below and terraced vineyards above. I recommend visiting during the spring or fall for beautiful warm weather and to avoid the summer crowds. Positano, known as the jewel of the Amalfi Coast, is a must-visit spot with its iconic vertical layout and colorful buildings on the coastline. By far the most popular activity is to bask on the beach, with views of the gorgeous sea in front of you and the scenic villas behind you. For the adventurous, you can hike the legendary Path to the Gods Trail for stunning panoramas, or take a boat tour out to nearby islands. If you prefer to take it easy, go for a culture-filled stroll around the town for boutique shops, art galleries, and beautiful old architecture. From Positano, you can take a bus or ferry to the town of Amalfi. Here, you can visit a 9th century cathedral that once served as a major stop on medieval trade routes, wander through a peaceful garden called the Cloister of Paradise, or book a tour to check out the lemon groves. While you're here, make sure to try some delicious lemon cake and limoncello, a lemon-flavored liqueur that is home to this region of Italy. Just a 30-minute drive from Amalfi is Ravello, a place that feels like a peaceful escape. At a higher elevation, you can enjoy cliffside scenery and gardens from the most breathtaking villas. Wander the lanes of the Old Town for a glimpse into the town's rich culture and history, then visit the Terrace of Infinity, a panoramic viewpoint that's one of the most photographed spots on the entire Amalfi Coast. From cliffside drives to iconic towns, the Amalfi Coast is pure Mediterranean magic. Let's keep heading south to explore the volcanic energy of Sicily. Taking a quick flight from the mainland to the island of Sicily, Catania is a fascinating city built from lava stone, giving many of its buildings a dark, volcanic look. That's because Catania, which was founded by the Greeks in the 8th century BC, has been rebuilt several times using lava stone after multiple eruptions from nearby Mount Etna, Europe's tallest and most active volcano. To experience Etna, you can take cable cars or guided hikes of the volcano to see craters, lava fields, and even snow in the winter. Etna's volcanic soil is also great for agriculture, and you can explore some excellent wineries and citrus fruit orchards in the area. In Catania itself, you should check out Piazza del Duomo in the heart of the city, which features the iconic elephant fountain and the stunning Catania Cathedral. And then just steps away, the fish market is where you can experience true Sicilian culture, where vendors shout, laugh, and serve up some of the freshest seafood you'll ever taste. Catania blends history and lava in a way that's uniquely Sicilian. Now, let's discover a sun-soaked region on the opposite coast of the mainland. In the heel of Italy's boot lies Puglia, a region known for its whitewashed villages, sun-drenched coastline, and endless olive groves. Getting from town to town is super easy with Italy's extensive rail network, or you can rent a car so that you have a little more autonomy in getting around. A must-visit town is Alberobello, where you'll see unique stone huts with cone-shaped roofs called trulli. The streets are lined with trulli, and you'll feel like you're in a fairy tale when you're walking through these neighborhoods. Puglia also produces nearly 40% of Italy's olive oil, and you can even do olive oil tastings or visit the mills in places like Ostuni and Itria Valley, which is called the land of ancient olive trees and has trees that are hundreds of years old. Beaches here are often overlooked, but they're some of the best in the country, with turquoise water and long stretches of sand in towns like Polignano a Mare and Gallipoli. With its whitewashed towns and olive groves, Puglia is a peaceful escape, and just next door lies one of Italy's most ancient and surprising cities. Matera is a city I think many people haven't heard of before, but it's one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in the world, with a history stretching back over 9,000 years. Its most famous feature is the Sassi, ancient cave dwellings carved directly into the limestone cliffs. Originally used as homes and churches, these caves used to be seen as a symbol of poverty and neglect, but in recent decades they've been carefully restored, and Matera is now a World Heritage Site. As you explore the winding stone alleys, you'll find galleries, restaurants, and cave hotels, which I highly recommend you stay in for at least a night, that are built right into the rock. The best way to explore Matera is by foot, especially in the Sassi districts, which are called Sasso Cavoso and Sasso Bersano. Some of the biggest attractions that you'll want to visit here are the rock churches, like San Pietro Berisagno and Santa Maria de Idris, which are decorated with centuries-old frescoes that offer a glimpse into early Christian life. Matera is now a European capital of culture, and its cave dwellings are unlike anything else you'll see in Europe. Now let's head north again for some lakeside serenity. Back in the north, Varenna is a quiet village on the eastern shore of Lake Como. Originally a fishing village founded in the 11th century, it still holds on to its traditional charm with narrow stone lanes and colorful lakefront houses perfect for exploring. And lucky for you, it's less touristy than more famous towns like Bellagio, but it's just as scenic. Getting to Varenna is easy too, with a train line that connects through Milan and takes you straight to the town. Once in Varenna, you have a bunch of options for things to do. Villa Monastero is a highlight, with beautiful botanic gardens that stretch for over a kilometer along the shore. You can also catch a ferry or rent a boat to explore Lake Como and other towns around the lake. For more active ways to take in the amazing views of the lake and mountains, first I'd recommend the Lover's Walk, which connects the ferry terminal to the heart of the village. And second, you should hike to Castello di Vezio, a medieval castle that was originally built in the 11th or 12th century and was part of a network of fortifications used to monitor and defend the lake. Varenna is calm, romantic, and effortlessly beautiful. Next, we're heading into the heart of Tuscany for iconic landscapes and villages. Tuscany is a region that truly captures the essence of Italy. It's known for rolling hills, vineyards, cypress-lined roads, and Renaissance hill towns like San Gimignano and Montepulciano. San Gimignano is famous for its striking medieval towers, which once symbolized the wealth and power of noble families. At its peak in the 14th century, the town had over 70 towers, though today only 14 remain, giving it the nickname the Manhattan of the Middle Ages. When you're there, you have to check them out. And Montepulciano in southern Tuscany is world-renowned for its Vino Nobile di Montepulciano, one of Italy's oldest and most prestigious red wines. And you can get this at a bunch of different wineries in the region, so make sure you taste it when you're there. There's also elegant palaces, hidden courtyards, and churches scattered across its steep streets for you to explore. If you're looking to get a little pampered and relax, there's also natural hot springs in Saturnia, where you can soak in warm, mineral-rich water, which is believed to help with skin conditions, joint pain, and circulation. Beyond the cities, Tuscany is deeply tied to the land, with its vineyards producing world-renowned wines like Chianti and Brunello di Montalcino, and its olive oil being among Italy's finest. It wouldn't be a trip to Tuscany if you didn't book at least one vineyard tour, so make sure you do. Tuscany captures the soul of Italy through its wine, food, and historic towns. But no visit is complete without exploring the city at its cultural core. Florence is the capital of Tuscany and the birthplace of the Renaissance. Once here, you'll be surrounded by some of the greatest art and architecture in the world, since it was once home to Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, and Dante. I absolutely love art, and this city is packed with artistic treasures like Michelangelo's David, Botticelli's The Birth of Venus, and more. The Uffizi Gallery is in the heart of Florence and is one of the top art museums in the world, so make sure you check it out to see some iconic pieces. Architecture-wise, it really doesn't get much better than the Red Dome Duomo, otherwise known as the Florence Cathedral. It's one of the most iconic landmarks in Italy and dominates the Florence skyline. I was truly in awe seeing it for the first time in person, and I bet you will be too. You also have to check out the Ponte Vecchio Bridge, which is Florence's oldest and most iconic bridge, dating back to the 14th century. It's lined with goldsmith and jewelry shops, a tradition that began in the 1500s when butchers and tanners were replaced to elevate the bridge's prestige. Walking across it, you'll also take in stunning views of the Arno River and the Florentine skyline. Whether you're exploring churches, museums, or shopping for handmade leather goods, Florence reveals something beautiful at every turn. Now let's end our journey in the Eternal City. Finally, we have Rome, Italy's capital and a city with over 2,700 years of history. There's almost unlimited things to do and see here, but let's start by checking out the Colosseum, which is almost 2,000 years old and hosted gladiator battles, animal hunts, mock naval battles, and public executions. There's several tours you can book to explore the Colosseum, but personally, I'd recommend booking the restricted underground tour that'll give you access to the gladiators arena and dungeons, which most people don't get to see. Right in the middle of the city lies the Vatican, home to the Pope and famous for St. Peter's Basilica and the Sistine Chapel. More than being the headquarters of the Roman Catholic Church, it's also home to over 20,000 works of art, including pieces by Michelangelo, Raphael, Caravaggio, and Leonardo da Vinci. You can obviously explore this area by yourself, but I'd also recommend a guided tour here because you get so much more information about these iconic landmarks. If you're interested in exploring ancient ruins, the Roman Forum and Palatine Hill show just how powerful the Roman Empire once was, and you can get up close and personal with ruins that are thousands of years old. Rome also has more fountains than any other city in the world. Trevi Fountain is the most iconic, and don't forget to toss in a coin over your left shoulder with your right hand. The local lore says that doing so will bring you back to Rome again someday, but others say that it means you'll find love or romance while in Rome, so if you're single, you know what to do. For a more local and modern vibe, head to Trastevere or Ostiense. Trastevere is one of the oldest neighborhoods in Rome and full of charm and great food. Ostiense is known for the Pyramid of Caius Cestius and has a strong cultural identity, making it perfect for you to enjoy the nightlife, art, food, shopping and flea markets, and much more, but without the hectic pace of other neighborhoods in and around the city center. Rome ties together thousands of years of history, and it's the perfect grand finale to any trip through Italy. Italy is packed with unforgettable destinations, and what makes it truly special is how different each region feels. From volcanoes to mountain lakes, ancient ruins to modern cities, there's always more to discover. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments which place in Italy you'd love to visit or revisit. As a quick plug, I also started a relaxation channel with travel scenes set to relaxing and calming music. It would mean a lot to me if you checked it out and subscribed. Thanks so much for watching, and safe travels.